Imagine you're running a product launch. You've got the budget, the brand guidelines, the channel strategy, the legal constraints, and every single time you open your AI assistant to help with the campaign, it has no idea what you're working on. So you start over again. It's not just marketers. Researchers re-explain their entire literature review. Teachers paste the same lesson plans over and over. Lawyers re-upload case files they shared yesterday. Project managers describe their team structure for the 15th time. Studies show that 60 to 80% of what you type into a new AI conversation is stuff you've already said before in a previous chat that it completely forgot. Every new session, your AI starts from zero. All that context you carefully built up, your preferences, your project details, your history, gone. You're not getting smarter with AI, you're just repeating yourself. But what if it didn't have to be this way? What if your AI actually remembered you? What if every conversation made it sharper, not just for right now, but forever? That's exactly what we built. Every word you type to an AI costs money, literally. AI doesn't read words the way you do. It breaks everything into tokens. Think of them like syllables. The word understanding is 3 tokens. A rough rule, every token is about 3/4 of a word. Now, AI has a limited workspace called a context window. Think of it like a whiteboard. Some whiteboards hold 8,000 tokens, others stretch to 1,000,000. But here's the thing, the bigger the whiteboard, the more it costs to use. Claude Opus runs about $15 per million tokens. GPT-4 around 10. Sounds small until you realize how fast those tokens add up. Because right now, most of those tokens are wasted. A teacher repastes their entire syllabus every single session. An architect re-uploads their building specifications and design standards every time they start a consultation. A researcher re-uploads their full literature review just to get one summary. The same context over and over. 60 to 80% of your tokens gone on repeat. What if there was a way to give AI exactly what it needs, nothing more, nothing less? You asked your AI to help draft a design proposal yesterday. Today you need another one, but first you have to re-explain your firm's standards, your preferred format, the project's full scope, again. Let's do the math. 500 tokens of context per query, 50 queries a day. That's 25,000 tokens burned every single day, just reminding your AI who you are and what you do. Teachers repasting their curriculum standards before every lesson plan. Consultants re-uploading the same client brief for every deliverable. Researchers re-explaining their methodology every time they need a paper summary. You're not working, you're doing onboarding. Every single session. And naive RAG doesn't fix this. It fires back chunks of about 750 tokens each, mostly background noise that buries the one fact you actually needed. NeuroStack stores that same fact as a triple, about 15 tokens. That's a 96% reduction, and 80% of your queries resolve with triples alone. No chunks, no noise, just the answer. 80% with triples alone. When it needs more, it auto-escalates. Triples at 15 tokens. Summaries at 75. Full context at 300. It fetches only what the query actually demands, nothing more. Your AI should already know that you format lesson plans in 3 columns, that your client's fiscal year starts in April, that your research uses mixed methods design. You shouldn't have to say it twice, let alone 200 times. Imagine you're a researcher. You ask your AI assistant about a zoning regulation, and it gives you a confident answer based on an amendment that was revised 6 months ago. Or you're a teacher, and the AI builds you a lesson plan around a textbook edition that's already been replaced. The answer sounds right, it feels right, but it's wrong. This happens for 3 reasons. The AI doesn't have your specific context, it retrieves information that's gone stale, or it just makes things up. Your notes evolve constantly, new research, updated procedures, revised frameworks. But basic search treats every version the same. It has no idea which one is current. NeuroStack catches this. When a note lands in your search results but doesn't actually belong there, similarity drops below 0.38. It flags a prediction error. Either low overlap, meaning the content barely matches, or contextual mismatch, where keywords line up but the meaning doesn't. Then there's hotness scoring. Notes you've used recently get priority. Notes you haven't touched in weeks quietly fade. A 30-day half-life, just like how neurons in your brain regulate their own excitability through a protein called CREB. Every time you access a note, it gets a boost. Active knowledge rises to the top. Stale knowledge sinks. All of this happens automatically. No tags, no folders, no manual cleanup. What if your AI's knowledge base could heal itself? Before we go any further, let's talk about something you might be wondering. What's a markdown file? A markdown file, that's a file ending in .mend, is just a plain text file with a few simple tricks. Put a hash symbol before a line, it becomes a heading. Put a dash before a line, it becomes a bullet point. Wrap a word in double brackets, it becomes a link to another note. That's it. No special software, no proprietary format. You can open it in Notepad, in VS Code, in Obsidian, on your phone, anywhere. Unlike a Word document or a Google Doc, Markdown files belong to you. They're not locked inside someone else's app. They're not stored on someone else's server. They're just text files on your computer that happen to look great when you open them in the right app. Now here's where NeuroStack meets you where you are. When you run NeuroStack scaffold with your profession, teacher, architect, researcher, student, consultant, or developer, it creates a ready-made folder structure filled with template files. These are pre-built markdown notes designed for your specific workflow. A teacher gets lesson plan templates with learning objectives, activities, and assessment criteria. An architect gets project brief templates with scope, specifications, and deliverables. A researcher gets experiment log templates with hypothesis, method, and results. You just fill in the blanks. And every note you create from these templates is instantly searchable. NeuroStack indexes them, extracts the key facts, builds connections between them, and makes all of it available to your AI automatically. You don't need to learn a new system. You don't need to migrate anything. You just start writing, and your AI gets smarter with every note. 6 profession packs, dozens of templates. 1 command to get started. Even if you've never written a markdown file before, you will in about 30 seconds. Your AI forgets everything. Tokens cost real money. Without your context, it hallucinates. And your knowledge sits in silos, disconnected. NeuroStack is your second brain starting today. It's a local-first, AI provider agnostic knowledge system that gives any AI long-term memory. First, it indexes your notes, docs, and decisions, then makes them searchable by meaning, not just keywords. Second, it gives AI exactly what it needs. 96% fewer tokens than dumping full documents into context. Third, it self-heals. It detects stale info, prioritizes active knowledge, and learns from your sessions automatically. It runs entirely on your machine, no cloud sync, no vendor lock-in, works with Claude, GPT, Gemini, Cursor, Windsurf, Codex, anything that speaks MCP or accepts piped input. One command to install. Light mode is 130 MB, no GPU required. Pure SQLite, your data stays yours in a format you can always read. So that's what it does. Next, let's look under the hood. NeuroStack isn't just named after neuroscience, it's built on it. Your hippocampus runs on prediction errors. When your brain expects one thing but encounters something completely different, it flags that mismatch. That surprise signal is how you update what you know. NeuroStack does the same thing. When a note keeps showing up in searches where it doesn't belong, the system flags it for review. Mismatches drive learning. Then there's excitability. Brain cells that fired recently are more likely to be recruited into new memories. It's a protein called CREB that makes this happen. NeuroStack mirrors this by prioritizing notes you've actually used recently. Your active knowledge stays hot. Memories in your brain aren't stored in one place. They're distributed across networks of connected neurons called engrams. NeuroStack uses the same principle. Wiki links between your notes create a knowledge graph, and PageRank identifies which ideas are most central to your thinking. And neurons that fire together form ensembles, groups that collectively represent a concept. NeuroStack uses light and community detection to find these hidden clusters in your notes. Topics you never explicitly organize just emerge. 4 mechanisms, 4 direct parallels. Your knowledge base literally works like a brain. You have 500 notes. You search for deployment process. Traditional search shows you every note with the word deployment in it. Useless. NeuroStack understands meaning. Search for how do I ship code to production, and it finds your deployment notes even if they never use that exact phrase. That's semantic search. Embeddings capture what you meant, not just what you typed. But here's where it gets clever. Not every question needs the same depth. Ask what port does the API run on? NeuroStack returns a single triple. 15 tokens. Done. Ask, explain the API architecture. It escalates to summaries. 75 tokens. Ask, I need to refactor the APIs. Now it gives you full chunks. 300 tokens. Naive Reg would dump 750 tokens of raw document for all 3 of those queries. NeuroStack uses up to 96% fewer tokens by matching depth to the question. Under the hood, it runs hybrid search, combining keyword matching with semantic similarity, weighted 30/70. Search within a domain and context boosting kicks in. Direct matches get a 1.4x boost. One-hop neighbors get 1.2x. Then a cross-encoder re-ranker sharpens the final results. But search is just the beginning. What if your AI could learn from every conversation and carry those lessons forward? NeuroStack gives your AI real memory. 6 structured types: observations, decisions, conventions, learnings, context, and bugs. Each one saved, indexed, and ready to surface exactly when it matters. These memories live alongside your Vault notes, searchable through full text and semantic search. You never have to remind your AI of anything again. It just knows. Some memories are temporary. The staging server is down. Give it a 7-day TTL and it expires on its own. but we use PostgreSQL, not MySQLs, that stays forever. Auto deduplication keeps things clean. Session harvesting takes it further. NeuroStack can automatically extract insights from your past AI conversations, decisions you made, bugs you fixed, patterns you discovered, and save them as structured memories without you lifting a finger. Every morning, you get a session brief, roughly 500 tokens covering what changed in your vault, recent Git commits, your highest ranked notes, and time-aware context. Your AI starts the day already caught up. And here is where it gets wild. Leiden Community Detection finds thematic clusters across everything you have stored. MapReduce Synthesis lets you ask global questions and get answers that span your entire knowledge base, revealing connections you never knew existed. This is not a toy. This is how professionals will work with AI, building real institutional memory that compounds over time.